Explore authentic Puglia, where every corner tells a story and the views will enchant you. Follow us and subscribe to the canal to discover new fascinating places to visit every day.
Bari, the capital of Puglia located on the Adriatic coast of Italy, is a fascinating destination rich in history, culture, and gastronomy. Here is a guide on how to get there, what to see, where to go, what to eat and what to do in Bari. How to get to Bari. By plane, Bari Carol Wojtyla Airport is well connected to the main Italian and European cities. From the airport, you can take a train, bus or taxi to the city center, which is approximately 10 km away. By train, Bari Central Station is one of the main railway hubs in southern Italy, with frequent connections from Rome, Milan, Naples and other Italian cities. By car, Bari is easily accessible via the A14 motorway, which runs along the Adriatic coast. Where to go and what to see. Bari Vecchia, the historic heart of Bari, is a fascinating labyrinth of narrow streets, hidden squares and historic architecture dating back to the medieval period. This part of the city is located on a peninsula between two modern ports and represents the most authentic soul of Bari. Vecchia has ancient origins and has seen the presence of numerous peoples and cultures over the centuries, including Romans, Byzantines, Normans, and Swabians. This cultural diversity has left an indelible mark on the architecture and urban fabric of the neighborhood. The streets of Bari Vecchia are lined with historic buildings that often overlook small internal courtyards, many of which still retain their original charm. Vecchia is famous for its vibrant cultural life and popular traditions. It is common to see residents preparing fresh pasta, such as the famous orecchiette, right in front of their homes. The area is also the center of Bari's nightlife, with numerous bars, restaurants and cafes offering typical local cuisine. Walking around Vecchia is like taking a step back in time. It is advisable to visit the neighborhood on foot, get lost in its alleys and discover hidden corners. During the day, the neighborhood is full of life and offers the opportunity to interact with the locals and taste typical Apulian cuisine. In the evening, the atmosphere transforms and the soft lights make the environment even more evocative. Vecchia is not only a place rich in history and culture, but it is also a living example of how traditions can coexist with modernity, making this part of the city a real jewel to explore. The Basilica of San Nicola. The Basilica of St. Nicholas is one of the most important and symbolic places of worship in the city, as well as one of the main pilgrimage centers for Catholic and Orthodox faithful from all over the world. Built to house the relics of St. Nicholas, patron saint of Bari, who were translated from Myra, in present-day Turkey, in 1087. The basilica is a magnificent example of Apulian Romanesque architecture. The exterior of the basilica is characterized by a massive facade with three portals that access the interior and a series of blind arches that decorate its surface. The structure is crowned by a series of domes and bell towers that add verticality to the imposing building. The interior is divided into three naves, with columns and pillars supporting round arches. The crypt, which houses the saint's relics, is a place of great devotion and features richly carved columns and capitals showing biblical and vegetal scenes. Construction of the basilica began in 1087, shortly after the arrival of the relics of St. Nicholas in Bari, and was completed in 1197. Since then, it has become a point of reference for Christian pilgrims, and especially for the Russian Orthodox faithful, who consider St. Nicholas one of their most venerated saints. Every year, on December 6th, the feast of St. Nicholas, and May 9th, translation of the relics, the basilica becomes the fulcrum of religious celebrations and processions. Inside the basilica, art lovers can admire numerous artistic treasures, including mosaics, sculptures and sacred paintings that adorn the walls and chapels. The crypt, in particular, is known for its mystical atmosphere and ornate columns. While the treasure chapel preserves a rich collection of votive offerings, jewels and liturgical objects donated over the centuries by pilgrims. But also a treasure of art and history that reflects the cultural richness of Bari and the Apulian region. Its impressive architecture and the works of art it contains make it one of the unmissable destinations for those visiting the city of Bari. Norman Swabian Castle. The Norman Swabian Castle of Bari is one of the most emblematic and historic fortresses of the city of Bari. Strategically located at the city's port, this castle played a crucial role in the military and political history of the region. History and architecture. The castle was originally built in 1132 by order of Roger II of Sicily, as a fortification against attacks from outside. However, the current structure owes much of its shape to Frederick II of Swabia, who rebuilt and expanded it in 1233 after the original castle had been destroyed. Frederick II transformed it into a royal residence and a fortress, characterized by massive walls and an imposing moat, which no longer exists today. After the fall of the Swabians, the castle passed through the hands of various lords and was also occupied by the Aragonese, who added further fortifications. Over the centuries, the castle has undergone numerous modifications and restorations, making it an interesting architectural palimpsest that reflects different eras and styles. Structure. The Norman Swabian castle is built in local limestone and appears as a quadrangular structure with sturdy corner towers. The layout of the castle is typical of a medieval European fortress, with an internal courtyard and a series of rooms that once served as accommodation, warehouses, and ceremonial spaces. Inside, the castle houses a museum featuring archaeological artifacts and temporary art exhibitions, as well as information panels telling the history of the castle and the region. The towers and walls of the castle offer a panoramic view of the sea and the city of Bari, making it an ideal place for history buffs and those who want to enjoy splendid views. The Norman Swabian Castle is also a lively cultural center that hosts events, concerts, conferences, and art exhibitions, making the castle a place not only of historical interest but also of contemporary cultural life. Visiting the Norman Swabian Castle of Bari offers a fascinating dive into medieval and Swabian history, as well as the opportunity to explore one of the most significant architectural structures in Puglia. Seafront and port. The Lungomare and the port of Bari are among the most lively and picturesque areas of the city, offering visitors a fascinating combination of natural beauty, history, and modern life. Lungomare Nazario Saro is one of Bari's most beloved coastal stretches. This elegant seafront stretches along the Adriatic coast, offering spectacular sea views and a tranquil atmosphere for walking, running, or simply relaxing. In the evening, the seafront comes alive even more with clubs and restaurants offering local cuisine and sea views, ideal for romantic dinners or evenings with friends. During the summer, the seafront is also home to cultural events, concerts, and outdoor activities, making it a meeting point for tourists and residents. The port of Bari, located a few steps from the historic center, is an important maritime hub for trade and tourism. Divided into different areas, the port manages both the traffic of cruise ships and ferries departing for destinations in the Mediterranean, as well as commercial and industrial activities. The old port, with its historic docks, is particularly fascinating and offers a glimpse into the daily maritime life of Bari. Here, fishermen return with their boats early in the morning, selling fresh fish directly on the pier, a scene that captures the essence of the maritime city. A walk along the seafront or a visit to the port of Bari are unmissable activities for anyone visiting the city. You can rent bicycles to explore the waterfront more easily or join a guided tour to learn more about the port's history and operations. For those who love photography, the waterfront and harbor offer countless opportunities to capture the beauty of the maritime landscape and the bustling activity of the port. Petrozelli Theatre. The Petrozelli Theatre in Bari is one of the most important and historic theatres in Italy, and represents a fundamental point of reference for culture and performing arts in the Puglia region. Located in the heart of the city, this theatre has a fascinating history, marked by moments of great splendor and tragic events. Built in 1903 by the Petrozelli brothers, wealthy local entrepreneurs, the Petrozelli Theatre quickly became the fourth largest theatre in Italy. Its elegant architecture and capacity of around 1,500 seats made it the fulcrum of Bari's cultural life. The theatre hosted numerous first performances of operas, ballets, and concerts by international artists. However, the history of the theatre has also been marked by moments of difficulty. In 1991, a devastating fire almost completely destroyed the building, leaving only the external walls intact. After nearly 2 decades of legal wrangling and reconstruction work, the theatre was beautifully restored and reopened in 2009. The interior design of the Petrozelli Theatre is an exquisite example of elegance and refinement. The interiors are adorned with gilded stucco, intricate decorations, and a large crystal chandelier that dominates the room. The main hall, with its excellent acoustics, is designed in a traditional Italian style with boxes arranged in concentric circles rising around the orchestra. Today, the Petrozelli Theatre continues to be a symbol of resilience and cultural rebirth for the city of Bari. Visiting it, whether to attend a show or simply to admire its restored architecture, offers an immersive experience in Italian theatrical history and culture. Cathedral of San Sabino. The Cathedral of San Sabino is one of most significant religious monuments and one of its main historical attractions. Located in the heart of Bari Vecchia, this cathedral is dedicated to San Sabino, Bishop of Canossa, whose relics were transferred here in the 9th century. Construction of the Cathedral of San Sabino began in the 12th century, on what is believed to be the site of a pre-existing church destroyed by the Saracens in 1156. Completed in 1178, the cathedral has undergone several modifications and restorations over the centuries, but still maintains much of its original Romanesque structure. The architecture of the Cathedral of San Sabino is an example of Romanesque elegance, with Gothic elements that were added during subsequent restorations. The main facade is simple and majestic, characterized by a large rose window and a decorated portal that welcomes the faithful. Inside, the cathedral is divided into 3 naves supported by sturdy columns, with a high ceiling contributing to a sense of spaciousness and grandeur. The central nave leads to the main altar and the presbytery, which houses the crypt. The crypt is one of the most notable elements of the cathedral, containing the relics of San Sabino and an important collection of medieval sculptures. Inside the Cathedral of San Sabino there are numerous works of art of great historical and artistic value, including mosaics, sculptures and sacred paintings. The floor, for example, is covered with beautifully preserved 12th century mosaics, which tell biblical stories and religious scenes. In addition to being an active place of worship, the Cathedral of San Sabino is a cultural reference point for the city of Bari. It is home to many of the city's major religious ceremonies, including celebrations of the patron Saint Nicholas, and serves as a spiritual heart for residents and pilgrims. Visiting it offers a rich experience not only from a spiritual but also cultural point of view. Visitors can explore the cathedral on their own or take guided tours that detail the site's history, architecture, and artwork. In summary, the Cathedral of San Sabino is a magnificent example of religious architecture and a treasure trove of art and history that continues to play a vital role in the life of Bari. Bari Underground. Underground Bari offers a fascinating journey through the hidden history of the city. This underground labyrinth, full of tunnels and secret passages, tells stories of Bari's past that date back to ancient times, from the Roman age to the Middle Ages. One of the most emblematic places of underground Bari is the complex of San Pietro Barisano, located in the Bari Vecchia district. Here, you can explore a series of rock churches carved directly into the limestone rock, once serving as places of worship and refuge. These churches are decorated with frescoes that, despite the erosion of time, still show their ancient beauty and spirituality. Another significant site is the system of Roman cisterns under the Norman Swabian castle. These ancient water structures demonstrate advanced Roman engineering and their ability to manage and conserve water, a precious resource for the city in ancient times. Furthermore, during the excavations for the construction of the Bari Metro, numerous archaeological finds came to light which further enriched the understanding of the city's underground past. These finds include remains of homes, necropolises, and everyday objects which offer a unique glimpse into the daily life of the ancient inhabitants of Bari. Guided tours of underground Bari allow you to explore these fascinating archaeological sites, offering visitors a unique experience and a different perspective on the city. These guided tours not only illuminate Bari's rich historical past but also offer a refreshing break during hot summer days, given the cooler climate underground. What to eat? In Bari, as in the rest of Puglia, cuisine is an exhilarating journey through authentic flavors and very fresh ingredients. Here are some of the typical dishes not to be missed when visiting this vibrant coastal city. Orecchiette with turnip tops. This is perhaps the most iconic dish of Bari and Puglia. Orecchiette is a homemade pasta in the shape of small ears, which are served with turnip tops, garlic oil and chili pepper. This simple but delicious dish reflects the essence of a Puglian cuisine, which highlights local and seasonal ingredients. Bari-style focaccia bread. Different from the Genoese focaccia, the Barese focaccia is celebrated for its softness and rich flavor, high, soft and often enriched with cherry tomatoes, black olives, and oregano. The term, gaz, it is commonly used by the people of Bari, in the bakeries and markets of Bari to call focaccia. It is consumed as a snack during the day or as an appetizer in main meals, perfect to enjoy hot, straight from the oven. Panzerotti. Similar to calzones, panzerotti are a sort of crescent of leavened dough, fried, and typically filled with mozzarella and tomato. Although, there are numerous variations that include ingredients such as turnip greens, tuna, and onions. They are a beloved street food and a real treat not to be missed. Scallias. The scallias, slices of fried and salted polenta, are often eaten as a snack on the streets. Tiella. Tiella Barese is a baked dish that combines rice, potatoes and mussels, with the addition of tomatoes and onions to create a rich and flavorful dish. The tiella represents a complete meal that reflects Bari's connection with the sea and the land. Given its location on the Adriatic Sea, Bari offers an abundance of the freshest fish and seafood. Don't miss the opportunity to taste dishes such as seafood, mixed fried fish or shelled mussels, served with local or simply lemon sauces. Burrata. Although originally from nearby Andria, burrata is widely available and consumed in Bari. This soft, creamy cheese is often served with raw ham, on bruschetta, or accompanied by fresh vegetables. Cartellate. For sweets lovers, Bari offers delights such as cartellate, a Christmas dessert mixed with honey or vincado. What to do in Bari? Via Fasano is the main shopping street of Bari, located in the heart of the city and connects Piazza Aldo Moro with Corso Vittorio Emanuele. Pedestrianized and surrounded by historic buildings, the street hosts a wide range of shops, from big international brands to local boutiques, as well as cafes, ice cream parlors and restaurants. It is a lively and cosmopolitan place, particularly lively during the holidays, making every visit a pleasant and stimulating experience. Via Fasano is a point of reference for those looking for fashion, gastronomy and culture in the center of Bari. Explore the surroundings. Take a day trip around Bari, such as the famous Castellana Caves, the White City of Ostuni, or the Trulli of Alberobello. Events and festivals. Bari hosts numerous cultural events and festivals, especially during the summer. Check the local calendar for events during your visit. Bari offers a fascinating mix of cultural, historical and gastronomic activities that will satisfy travelers of all types. Thank you for enjoying our tour of Bari, and if you want to continue discovering the wonders of Puglia, subscribe to our channel. There are still many places in Puglia to explore together, rich in history, culture and breathtaking landscapes. Click subscribe to not miss the next videos and join us in future adventures to discover this enchanting region. Thanks for joining us today, and we can't wait to share our next trip with you.
Explore authentic Puglia, where every corner tells a story and the views will enchant you. Follow us and subscribe to the canal to discover new fascinating places to visit every day.